Doc, how you doing? We're going to start the Idiots on Parade podcast. Creators must be 18 years or older to go live. Well, I am. I'm just not 18 years or older in maturity. I'm still an 11-year-old boy.
He's got a baby dick is what he's saying.
Yeah. Invite. I have invited you to co-host with me on Tikataka.
There
we are. All right.
Idiots on
We are
Parade
live everywhere.
podcast.
Hello, Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevera, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. We seem to have a delay. We seem to have a delay going.
Yeah, a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, well, we'll see what we can work with this delay. Hopefully it's not too bad. Things are so fucking awesome here. Best morning ever. Jake, as everyone can see, I podcast from my basement. This morning, I came down to my basement and I heard a noise. It sounded like a loud hiss. I couldn't really place what this noise was. Turns out the door to this room was closed. Usually it's open. And as I approached the door, I'm like, wow, it's just something back here. I open the door. I turn the corner and back there, do you see that water heater? Yeah, that thing had bottomed out. And so I had to turn the water off because it was just going straight through. And I shut the thing off. And so on a Sunday, always you got to love that it happens on a Sunday where if you call plumber, it's double time.
I've had a very smaller version of that, but more adorable. I have a bidet on my toilet downstairs, which is like attached to our bedroom. And my youngest, my 2-year-old, loves the goddamn bidet. I mean, whether he's sitting on it, not sitting on it, especially when we're out of the room, loves to go in, flick the thing on, and it just goes all over the bathroom, man. Loves that goddamn bidet. Loves it to use it for what it's for. Loves it to use it for what it's not for. Anything, you know?
Well, you can't see it, and I'm not going to take the camera over there. You'll have to trust me. This will be this is our third. This was our third. So we'll be buying our fourth water heater for this house. The first time it bottomed out, apparently our builder kind of fucked up and didn't level toward the drain well enough. So it spread out into the entire basement. And I had what I'm going to call the genius idea. I said, why don't we just build like a reverse moat around it? We'll put bricks around it, and then we'll put rubber epoxy, something waterproof on the floor. And so we built a little barrier.
A little moat. I love it. Just like Ving Rhames to a rapey pawn shop owner. You got medieval on its ass.
Oh, yeah. And now the next two times, this one and the one before it, when it's bottomed out, I just see the water pooling and being channeled toward the drain. So lesson only needed to be learned once. It was only once that we had a flooded basement thanks to the water heater. And now the next, so we need a new water heater tomorrow. So that means Sunday we're going to have to turn it on, poop, flush the toilet, turn it off because,
My solution to my thing was also as simple as the it's much smaller in scale. What I do is I flick the settings from spray to nozzle clean. So if that little sucker tries to go in there and turn it on, all he's doing is cleaning the nozzle directly into the toilet.
That is a good thing. Ultra says he wants to promote a bidet in a can. What do you think? It's like a WD-40 with a straw nozzle.
All bidets go in your can, right? I mean, you can't. You don't put them in the living room.
Get a tankless water heater. All right. Well, let me text the wife right now. I'm being told we should go tankless. We'll see what she says. She's generally the one that likes to be in charge of like, ooh, I get to buy something new. So, the water heater is valve to shut off without shutting off to the house. Interesting. All right. Yeah, because this is just shut off, which means we're fucked, which means, we'll have to turn it on and off. So, all right, Jake, I sent you a bunch of news stories.
Before we get into the news stories.
Something happened. Something happened.
Holy shit. Were you watching Conor McGregor live last night?
No, I was not. I was watching World Cup.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that sport. I was watching UFC like a real American, like a real man. Anyway, go on with your pussy sport. What happened there?
No, I was going to say, did they bust into the fight with the news? Because I didn't find out till 7 a.m. this morning, so I thought it happened this morning. I didn't realize Lindsay Graham died last night.
He probably put money on Conor McGregor. That's what I think happened. That's what I blame his death on.
I didn't know. I didn't know Conor was still fighting until yesterday when they said the fight's, and I'm like, I thought he retired years ago. Was he sloppy? How did he look?
Dude, you got to watch the fight afterwards. And I know you might be saying to yourself, but Jake, I have such a busy day. I don't have time to watch an entire UFC fight. Why, that's a main event. That's 5 rounds of 5 minutes each. With the minute in between, that's about 29 minutes roughly. No, sir. You'll be able to do it on your way to take a piss. What happened? It ain't even that he got knocked out in the first minute. What happened? And you're correct. He hasn't fought in a long time. It's been 5 years since he fought. Did you see his last fight?
I bring it up. I'll probably remember it. I always watch it after the fact.
He stepped back on it. It was gruesome. He stepped back on his ankle. Oh, my TikTok.
Yeah, your TikTok just went away. You're back.
So he stepped back on his ankle. This was his last fight 5 years ago. Stepped back on it. The fucking thing turns like the complete wrong way. Just a freak accident. Like, you know, he can't move on it. Whatever. It just goes down, gets cracked a couple times. Ref calls it knockout. Right. And of course, that takes a long time to recover for. His ankle, instead of being like this, like an ankle is, went like, I mean, it was crazy. Right.
Yeah.
So this time he decides to start the fight with a bang. Runs out to the middle, takes like a jumping roundhouse kick, lands on his right leg, blows out his knee. Within the first 2 seconds of the fight, and he tried to keep going from the ground, you know, because it happened so fast, it just looked like he slipped. And he kind of started to get back up, and then Holloway jumped on him, started hitting him. He kind of got up again, and then he tried to move on it or do something and falls again. Holloway starts punching and even looks at the ref like, come on, man. Like, he's clearly, there's something wrong with this guy. Yeah. And then he got up again and just tried to move, and then the ref jumped in. But yeah, he within seconds of the fight start, the first thing happened, he runs to the middle, tries to take a running roundhouse kick at the guy, lands on his damn near 40-year-old leg with extra weight on top of it. You know what I mean? So he's got joints that aren't as good as they used to be, that haven't fought in over half a decade.
Yeah.
It lands on there. It just fucking blows it out. It looks like a torn ACL or something, man. And that was it within minutes of the fight.
Damn. Well, I can't beat that, but I will tell you about the Swiss game, Switzerland soccer. Jake, the best thing I've ever seen happen in soccer finally happened. Now,
even if you scored more than 2 points in a game,
you have seen soccer players flop, correct?
Yeah.
Someone like a gust of air hits them and they go down and they hold their ankle and like, oh my God, that gust of air. So
Conor McGregor continued to try to fight with a torn ACL. That's a man sport. That's a fucking man sport right there.
So what happened is an Argentine player was rushing a Swiss player, and the Swiss player went down, and the ref called a foul, or I can't really remember, but the outcome is what I remember, because the outcome is what was beautiful. He got told to go to a video review of what happened. And when he watched the video, the Argentine player didn't even touch the Swiss player. And the Swiss player went down and started writhing and going, oh my God, call a penalty. He hit me. And so the ref called a penalty on the Swiss player for being a fucking liar and a pussy, and it was his second yellow card. He got booted from the game. I think every fucking soccer player that holds their ankle and flops should get fucking penalized and booted. It was the best thing I've ever seen. Fucking faking crybaby getting booted from the game. And then he started crying. He on the sidelines is crying because he got booted. Is like, yeah, because you lied, because you pretended you got hit and you pretended you were hurt. You were trying to get a penalty called on Argentina. fuck you. I loved it. It was the best thing I've ever seen in soccer. It was a ref saying, I'm sick of this shit. You get kicked out. It was
I like
beautiful.
it as long as it was the ref who decided to do it. As long as he didn't get a call from the White House going, he's lying, he's faking it, take away the penalty, give the penalty to the other guy. As long as that's not what happened, like with you.
On that note, I did send you, I loved the Belgium Trolls USA FIFA Donald Trump after dominant World Cup win with the tweet, overturn this. That was fucking beautiful.
It's pretty funny, man. And, no disrespect to the American soccer team. They don't have anything to do with crazy shit the president does, but it is pretty goddamn funny. Yeah.
And I will be fair. I thought that it shouldn't have been a red card, that he shouldn't have been booted for that.
Right. It was a bad call. It was a bad call. Yeah, I just don't know why the president needs to get involved.
Exactly.
If any other world leader did, if Putin did it, not even Putin, not even an adversary. If the prime minister of France, if
you muted yourself. You're muted. You're muted. I can't unmute you.
Yeah. You breathe on these things and then they mute. But so
you're saying the prime minister of France, anybody else does
he called up. We want you to reverse the call. We'd be like, dude, this is the most corrupt thing ever. It could be our closest ally in the world. We'd be like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it was. But so now we have England, Argentina, and Spain. I forget, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's what's coming up next.
I will, instead of watching that Tuesday, Wednesday, what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch old UFC fights Tuesday, Wednesday. That's how little I give a shit about soccer. Here's the thing. Wouldn't even be watching it if U.S. was still in the World Cup, man. I just don't care about soccer. And, hey, man, I hope they get it. You know what I mean? Oh, my breath.
Well, U.S. is knocked out, but yeah.
I don't want to brush my teeth. It's a podcast. It's not a scratch and sniff.
Well, do we want to talk about Lindsay at all? I mean, that's just what happened. I didn't send you that link because I just.
I think he bet money on Conor McGregor. That's what I think killed him. In fact, speaking of that, speaking of betting money, before we go to Lindsey Graham, I had these on Caesar Sportsbook. They have these boost bets. You know what I mean?
Right.
And there was one boost bet that Holloway was going to win by decision, and it was like 5-1 or whatever. And I'm like, that's pretty good. And I figured one of two things was going to happen. Holloway would knock McGregor out, you know what I mean? Or get a submission, get a finish, or maybe McGregor gets lucky in the beginning. Cause even back during his prime, he tended to have a ton of energy in the first round or two, but as long as you weathered that storm, he would kind of
peter out
space. Yeah. Not completely peter out, but he'd slow down enough to where it's oh fuck, I'm not getting completely racked by this guy, so as long as Holloway gets past that, he either gets a knockout or goes to decision. 5-1 is good on that. But then there was another one that was 7-1 that Holloway wins in the first round. And I was I've already bet enough. Do I bet it? Do I not bet it? And then I was going to go back and bet it. I'm it's close enough to the fight. They won't let me. And I'm son of a bitch, I wish I'd have done it. I was about to go click it, but it was too soon to the start of the fight. So I'm assuming that's the same thing that happened to Lindsey Graham. I think he was sitting there going, I could have 7-1, son of a bitch. I knew it's been 5 years.
He got so worked up.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, we can only, cross our fingers and hope that, with Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham, that, Ted Cruz, the big Cheeto, if this could start a trend, it'd be pretty awesome. It'd be pretty good for America. It'd be really good for the world. This is only, I did see someone post, in honor of Lindsey, his early quotes on Donald Trump and then his ass kissy, how he went from Donald Trump is a traitor and the worst person on the planet and blah, blah, blah to, oh, he's the best president we've ever had. So that was a nice flip. I like that. Now you're muted again. You're disconnected. You're not muted, but you're disconnected. You're not, no sound is coming through. You are completely disconnected.
How about now?
Now you're back in.
There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that. Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying, rest in peace, Lindsey Graham. In honor of the late great Senator Graham, I am going to stay in the closet for another year. How about that? Rest in power.
Yes. Oh, I did see the best
response.
More room
in the closet today. What's up?
I did see the best response to this. I don't know if it's fake or Photoshop or if they really did it, but the picture was Grindr has lowered its flag to half mast, and it was a picture of a flagpole with the Grindr flag at half mast. I'm like, that's a good response. That's the most appropriate one.
It's you shouldn't make fun of the dead, but it's Lindsay Graham. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
what are you gonna not make jokes? Come on now.
All right. Speaking of jokes, I complain about clickbait headlines a lot on this podcast. This might be the best clickbait headline I've ever seen, and I am not going to complain about it. This is the most beautiful headline I have ever seen. Man accused of cutting off his genitals, using them to start a fire, authorities say. Chef's kiss. How do you... there's just this is just beautiful, but how do you use your genitals to start a fire?
Just like any allegations, I don't like to comment until all the facts come in. You know what I mean? They're still reviewing all the evidence, allegedly.
Yes, so reading through it, somewhere there. Used a kitchen knife to cut off his genitals, and he poured gasoline on the dismembered organ, set it on fire. See, it's a misleading headline.
This guy, he is taking the term Molotov cocktail too literally, I think.
Yeah, but saying the headline says he used his genitals to start a fire, and then the article says flat out, he poured gasoline on the dismembered organ and set it on fire, leaving the garage and walking away until he found police. While investigating the scene, officials found a gasoline container and 4 lighters, as well as a kitchen knife. So, court records do not detail whether the genitals were located, meaning found. But he's doing court. So, cutting off genitals, using them to start a fire. Well, he didn't. See, when I read "use them to start a fire," I'm thinking was he rubbing them together like Twix, his ball and how is?
Well, that's not. You can't use it as flint.
Yeah, the headline should be
unless he took a blue genitals first.
Right. The headline should have been cut off genitals and set them on fire. He set them on. He didn't use them unless they're saying, okay, let's go back. I disagree. He wanted to burn down the house or the garage. He did it in a garage. So they're they're writing a clever headline. He set the genitals on fire, but they're trying to make the leap that he wanted the genital fire to burn the house down. They're playing with our emotions with this one.
I think still counts as using genitals because we're going to need to see video of this. And God damn it, do I want to see video. But I hope that I'm picturing him going over there as if he's carrying the Olympic torch. You know what I mean? And he goes over there and then puts it on the kindling and then
I thought the penis was the torch.
That's what I'm saying. I think he used it as a torch. I think he used it as a dick torch. And he went over there and not to brag or not to do the opposite of bragging, not to downplay my own genitals, but if it's completely flaccid in general, but especially cut off, it's probably extra flaccid, right? He's got enough to maintain a torch and carry it properly without burning his hands too much. I mean, this guy, wow. Talk about tweezers. Looking a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, I mean, some gloves, something.
Why would you cut your cock off, then set them on fire? Well, set it on fire. It doesn't say in the story. I'm going to make a leap here. I'm going to just use what might be considered logic. I'm going to guess drugs. I'm just going to go psychosis. Those are my 2 guesses: drugs and or undiagnosed or
I doubt he spent a lot of time thinking this whole fucking thing out. You know what I mean? There's probably not.
Todd has a comment. There is a dark corner of the world. It has self-mutilation Olympics and really disturbing stuff no sane person would want to know about. Rabbit hole of researching that old Filter song. I do not want to know.
I've seen and heard of this. Yeah, a lot of it's fake videos.
I've heard the periphery of it. I've never done research.
I will say, listen, as much as we were talking about how shitty it was that Trump called up and got that red card reversed or whatever.
Right.
Again, not defending the call, just talking about the president should not be involved in sports or the Olympics. That said, if this man does not win a gold medal in the self-mutilation Olympics, our president needs to get involved. Our president needs to get involved. Sir, I don't like most of the things you're doing. I'm not saying it'll completely win me over. Starting a war and sending masked men into our streets to kill people. I'm not saying it outweighs that, but it's certainly a start. Mr. President, I implore you, get this man his gold medal on Reddit.
Yes.
They respect you on Reddit, sir.
I agree. And I agree with Todd, who says the Dick Torch would be an incredible band name. That's
Torch?
all there is to it.
Or an incredible Bond villain name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that too. Bond villain but I'm going to use the Kiss intro. Ladies and gentlemen, you wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the world, Dick Torch. It flows. It flows.
Their groupies are called Torchettes.
It's probably already a band name thanks to those weird kids. Those kids in their rock and roll. They're just crazy.
Yeah, dude, where's all, I feel bad if that is a real band. You know they're going to get people protesting and going, they caused my son to cut his dick off and light it on fire and throw it in the neighbor's garage. If you listen to the record backwards, I'm telling you, it says cut your dick off and throw it in the garage.
Bring back the Parents Music Resource
That's right.
Center. All right, speaking of body parts, biohacker Brian Johnson diagnosed with incurable disease. A multimillionaire who made it his life's mission to defeat death has been diagnosed with an incurable autoimmune disease. He used blood transfusions from his teenage son in his quest for
guy. Yeah, they made a doc about him.
Yeah, I've seen him, but what did I put in? You do not. Nature says fuck you. No matter what you try and do, nature will come back with, oh, you're gonna try. He got full on plasma, not injections, but like replacement. He would sit like a kidney dialysis, even though he didn't have kidney failure, and just have everything. He said he was going to beat death. Well, nature says fuck you.
How bad does it piss this guy off that after all that, both Keith Richards and Mitch McConnell are going to outlive him? What a kick in the balls.
Oh, that's funny and sad. Yeah, he's 48. I don't know how long he has left, but yeah, he's not going to make it to Keith or Mitch or Lindsay.
Keith Richards is lapping
Lindsay
him
made it farther.
Man. Yeah.
And it's funny because they talk about his son because he looks like he's in the closet. Just, well, whatever.
No, he's just kind of, I mean, I think he's just sort of one of those vampire type dudes that don't really have a sexuality. Like people mistake the vampires for all these.
He looks
kind of
Twilighty. That's why I said closet, because he does look sort of weird. Because I don't suntan, but I'm outside sometimes. He is a unique shade of pale. Like he's avoiding the sun because if you see sunlight, you automatically get cancer. But yeah,
I've only seen clips of that documentary, but if his whole thing is like, I want to stay out of the sun, live forever, and take other people's blood. Oh, like, isn't that literally what the fuck a vampire does?
That is lit. He's fucking ripped though. My God, for 48, he is cut. Yeah. Well, you can't escape nature. All right, here we go. She blamed flu shots for her twins' deaths. Now she's charged with murder. A few days after her 18-month-old twins died in May of last year, Idaho, go figure, Andrea Shaw appeared on an online show run by the anti-vaccine group founded by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and blamed the flu vaccines they had recently received. I wish I was anti-vax now, she told them. More than a year later, she has been charged with 2 counts of murder, accused of suffocating her daughter and son willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, with premeditation and malice, according to an indictment returned by a grand jury. So this is going to get interesting. Like, say she is guilty. To run to the anti-vax crowd and blame the flu shot was the smartest thing she could have done, because they will defend her full throat to the end of the flat earth they believe in. They will, they will vilify the police. They will vilify the detectives. They will vilify the science. They will attack everything in order to defend their belief in the stupid. So murdering her kids, fucking unforgivable, horrible, disgusting, gross. Running to the anti-vax crowd as cover, fucking brilliant.
What put those choke marks around my wife's neck, Your Honor? The booster shot. It said Pfizer. I didn't do it. Let me go. This is injustice.
This has nothing to do with anything. Ultra says Norm Macdonald was admittedly a closeted homosexual. Did you see there's a Twitter account, I believe? Maybe it's not an account, but someone takes pictures of Norm from Weekend Update, and they take current news stories but put it in Norm's voice, like if Norm had written a joke about it.
Cool. That's pretty good.
It is pretty cool. There's one. Did you see that? I can't say his last name. Jack Antonoff, the guy that produces Taylor Swift, and Margaret Qualley are getting divorced.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, the joke that the Norm Macdonald wrote, the quote was, Margaret Qualley's divorcing Jack Antonoff after realizing that she's Margaret Qualley and he's Jack Antonoff. And that's funny, except it would have been funnier if it had been, because have you seen the guy? Do you know who he is?
I know the name. I'd probably recognize the face if I saw him.
It should have been after realizing she's Margaret Qualley and he's gay. Look at him. He dated Lena Dunham. He is gay. And you look at him and you're like, why is he married to a woman? Why doesn't he just come out of the closet? He's big as Lindsay Graham.
Maybe, but my counter to that is that a lot of guys that work in entertainment kind of seem like that. And yeah, maybe there are many of those dudes are closeted, but like in this day and age, like in entertainment, you could come out, like it's not the 1960s where you're going to be blackballed from Hollywood. If anything, it's the opposite now. So but a lot of those guys just kind of just sort of seem like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a Hollywood thing. It's it's this or that.
Dating Lena Dunham would cause gay. Just typing her name made me 1/3 gay. Yeah, I mean that it literally.
Or maybe he goes both ways. I mean, hell, that could be a thing too.
He could go both ways, but then you don't marry a woman. You just live your life dating.
No, that's not true. There's plenty of people who like they'll marry a woman, but then they're like swingers or whatever. You know?
Okay, that's okay. I was saying you don't marry. You just live your life dating who you're into in the moment.
No, dude.
Maybe she wasn't okay with that because he's gay.
Did you see the that doc I told you about?
Not yet. No, you just told me yesterday.
Yeah,
I haven't had a chance.
Check it out.
I was watching soccer.
If you get a chance after the World Cup, it's like soccer, but stuff actually happens in this doc. You see, it's called Bang My Box. It's on HBO. It's about a woman called Robin Bird. I'm just going to tell the listeners. We'll hopefully discuss it next week. Fingers crossed. But it's really good. She ran like a public access thing in New York, and it started in the 70s, and I believe it went all the way to the late 90s or early 2000s. But it ended up getting picked up and played on public access all around the country. And she was like a porn star back in the 70s and stuff, and then started this. It's sort of like it really seems like podcasts before podcasts. Like really, right. I mean, because it's public access. And I remember even in Iowa City back in the day, I never saw this specifically, but you'd see basically porn on public access sometimes. You know, it wasn't regulated by anything. You know,
I never saw that. I didn't really watch public access.
If you watched it late at night, you'd see stuff like that on there. Like you wouldn't see full on like here's Hustler, but like you'd see stuff like low budget amateur like real sex, but low budget.
Yeah, the bad side of real sex.
Yeah, you'd see a lot of that stuff. A lot of it was the stuff you'd want to jerk off to. Believe me, even young 12-year-old Jake was like, I don't want to stroke my tiny meat to this. This is fucking gross. Where's the Sears catalog?
I scrolled down. I missed this part.
Check it out. It's pretty good.
I will. Of course, after the whole thing, she promoted a what's the legit one? GoFundMe, because that a give, send, go. The right wing bullshit. We promote racists and horrible people. She brought in $11,000. By from anti-vaxxers. So there you go. It's the smartest thing she did was to align with complete. It's like how what's his face Russell Brand became a Christian after being credibly accused of sexual assault. Is he still going on trial for that? Has that happened yet?
I don't know. I don't follow it that close. But did you see the clip of him on Piers Morgan looking for the Bible quote?
Yes, for his Bible quote.
So good. It was so good, dude. I love it. He had just wrote a book about converting to Christianity and why you should do it and what made him convert. He's like,
Pierce says, "What's your favorite quote?"
It was like the Trump moment where they asked him in 2016, "What's your favorite Bible quote?" And he just went, "I don't know. They're all pretty good." Like he basically, but he had a Bible in his hand and he's going, "Well, the one that really stands out to me, right? Isn't it? It's the one that
this." He sat there going like,
"Wait, that ain't it." What
I used to have it.
Where'd it go?
It was right here.
I only read the book like a couple times.
I know it's around here somewhere.
Where'd it go?
I know I have it.
It's in here somewhere. There's a lot of words in this book, mate. You ever seen how many words?
He just kept flipping through pages, looking at it. That was beautiful. I remember that because
the Bible was named and numbered by this guy, and like the whole verses are fucking written out and numbered in there, man. It's like when people get lost in Manhattan, and I'm like, oh, it's not like they have the entire city with fucking numbers on the streets like a grid, you know, 1st Avenue, 2nd Avenue, 2nd Street, 1st Street, on up to the into the hundreds.
Yep. I'm going to Google to see. Maybe we can talk about that next week as the Russell Brand, see what's going on in his world. Because the last time we talked about him was I had brought up Megyn Kelly went on Bill Maher before the election and said, I'm supporting Trump because he protects kids. And then a few months ago had Russell Brand on and he's like, well, yeah, when I was in my 30s, I fucked a 16-year-old, but 16 is the age of consent in Britain, so it's okay. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's not, there's nothing correct about that at all. And Megan's like, and then you converted to Jesus. Good for you. It's like, you don't protect kids, you fucking, and I hate Megyn Kelly because she gives me such a weird boner. You talk about, like, she's a horrible person, but she's so attractive that it's like, oh, she's attractive, but I don't like her, but I'm attracted. She gets me all messed in the head.
She's all over the place, man. She's all over. She'll like go hard at Trump one day and the next day, oh, he's fucking great. My favorite Bible. I was commenting on YouTube. My favorite in the Bible is the missing page that starts with any similarity to persons living, dead, or corporations is purely coincidental. I love that. That's great.
See, Todd has Ann Coulter as his hate fuck. I'll make Megan my hate fuck because
both of them seem like they'd be fun hangs.
I really hate her, but I
like they'd be fun hangs in real life. I
don't know. Candace Owens is objectively hot. Like if you look at Candace Owens and say, nah, there's something wrong with you. Candace Owens is attractive.
But like, you have to be, dude. If you're a conservative woman whose thing is going around calling other women men. You can't also look like a dude. It doesn't work. If Ann Coulter tried to go, I think Macron's wife is a man. They'd be like, have you seen a mirror? Are you sure you weren't looking in a mirror? Or was that a mirror, Macron's wife? I think that was you.
I want to go on record right now and say, if in the new Odyssey and they wanted to race swap for Helen of Troy, if they had cast Candace Owens, much less controversy than they're getting right now because she's objectively hot. They would have said like, okay, yeah.
Who did they want to make attractive? Helen of Troy? I haven't followed closely with that. Like, I don't know exactly. I know that they were like, oh, some of these people aren't Greek and everything. And I'm like, oh, you mean, did they not get racially accurate the Cyclops? Is that, oh, really? Where are the Cyclopses from on Earth? Oh, are they from this country? What are you talking about?
Oh, there's too much going on there to talk about. But all right, next story.
It's literally like a made up thing. I mean, it's it's mythology. So make them whatever fucking color you want.
Two more stories. Trump says the Islamic Republic of Japan fired missiles at U.S. ship. I watched the clip. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. I mean, you have to love. Like, Biden was gone. Biden was just not there. He needed to go. Trump is gone in such a unique way. Do you remember when Rogan was saying, oh, Biden talked about airplanes bombing the airfields during the Revolutionary War, and then he got fact-checked in real time? It's like, no, Biden was saying you can't vote for Trump because, look, he believes they were and he just talks. He just talks. We've been bombed. The Islamic Republic of Japan fired 111 missiles at a U.S. aircraft carrier a few months ago. So it's not even like he's saying, oh, this just happened. We just got bombed by Japan. Again, they got us after Pearl Harbor. Just I mean,
Well,
he just talks. He just talks.
Well, he's having lots of gaffes, as did Joe Biden. The difference is, so we have two presidents going senile in office in a row, which is kind of fun, you know?
Yeah.
The difference between the last one and this one also happens to be Caligula crazy as well. You know, yes. So like we got a fun mix of like, what if we had gladiators on my birthday? You know, like we just get, whereas Joe Biden was like, where's my slippers? You know, like it's a different brand of fucking crazy.
It is. All right, final story. This one I just sent you because it made me so happy. If you are a first-time watcher, tuner, inner person, on this podcast in the past, since I live in Iowa, I'm really close to the University of Iowa. Last year, the regents said, you know what? Colleges are liberal hellholes, hellscapes. We need to create a course for good, that with good conservative values. They created one. Nobody signed up. So now they've signed a law to make it mandatory. Well, we're not alone. West Virginia spent $3 million on an, quote, anti-woke college program. One student is enrolled. Just one student is reportedly enrolled at a new West Virginia University center designed to push back on the whole, quote, woke ideology ahead of its opening this fall. I'm not happy about it, Democratic state lawmaker John Williams told the West Virginia Watch. Now we're in a position where we've allocated so much money toward this program and only one person is taking advantage of it. Nobody wants. You're literally creating shit no one wants and then getting pissed at the people for not wanting the shit you're trying to shove down their throat.
They're doing it. They're trying to do it above water where they should be doing it below water. And by that, I mean trying to change the political landscape within the university, because I'm not saying there's not things like gender studies, race studies, stuff like that, like full classes. But for the most part, that's not what most students are taking there. Most students are going there for whether it be business or medical stuff, legal stuff.
Right.
Maybe it's marketing, maybe it's communication. It's something like there's like a specific thing, and then you got to take so many electives, you know, and like, most college students, they're younger, so they're probably going to be a little more liberal. You tend to be liberal when you're younger, conservative when you're older, in general, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to skew that way, but then you also have what really makes colleges left wing for the most part isn't so much the courses they teach in terms of like the name of it, it's the professors themselves.
Yeah.
So it will be like, well, we're going to take a math class, but here's like here's a study on why Trump's a piece of shit, like statistically speaking, right? Like it'll be shit like that. You have to do that. You have to be like, let's get somebody in charge of some of these who are like-minded people, and they'll get conservatives in there. And so they'll try to weasel all their political horseshit into there. Because, hey, man, I'm even a pretty left-leaning guy. It would get unbearable sometimes in college with some of these fucking courses. It's like, hey, will you stop preaching to me? We're doing a thing about fucking numbers here. What are you doing? What is this shit? What is this? You're not in crazy, social activism class. Like, why is everything getting tied to this? Like it does get annoying sometimes, but that is how you would push an ideology, not by, hey, would you like to sign up for the My Ideology class? Oh, no, you don't want to take out student loans for me to talk about the woke liberal media for a half hour a day? Like, no, I don't want to. I'm paying way too much money for this. No.
Yeah. Well, Paulicism, then as I get older, I'm more on the fence. And that's it's what's happening to me personally. I'll only speak for me. I was more liberal when I was younger, and then I get older and I start to see both sides. But the problem is both sides are pushing to extremes and leaving the middle out, because
I'm definitely more of a lefty. The both sides do it doesn't count when there's masked men in the streets killing people.
Well, I'm not saying both sides are wrong, but I'm saying Democrats this November for the midterms, all they have to do to win is not trip over their own dick. Literally, that's all they have to do. And now the right gets to go, hey, look at Graham Plattner. Oh, he had to drop out because of sexual assault. Oh, look at these New York friends of Mandami that are saying abolish the police and empty the prisons. And they're just feeding them quotes since they can't throw up Nancy Pelosi anymore. They're just saying, yeah, they will do this thing where they take 2 or 3 complete assholes who should be given no power. Mandami should fucking distance himself from those fucking idiots.
Well, but even then, they're talking about like old quotes from fucking college and shit like that. They're not running on any of this. They're pulling shit out of the past. It's not part of it. But
they get to paint the picture with it. They get to fucking They do. And in terms of Graham Plattner, I was rocked to my core from this. I mean, if you can't trust a drunk oyster farmer with a Nazi tattoo, who can you trust these days? This is crazy. Have you seen I haven't seen the interview, but I've seen clips of the interview of the 2 people that apparently found him. And I didn't realize that he was sort of, I don't want to say a plant, but he didn't like come up and say, hey, everybody, I need to run for Senate. They said, hey, we're going to choose you to run for Senate
because we central casting. Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're talking to the 2 people that didn't vet him, or and the interview is like, they're the 2 dumbest fucking people on the planet. And it's like, how did you 2 assholes get to this position of power where you get to pick the person to run for Senate? And they're just dumb as shit. It's a woman and a man, and the guy speaks with this, he tries to do a vocal fry. I was like, well, I want to sound like George Clooney, but I can't. I can't even make. It's just hilarious that it blew up in their face.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. The fact that they did not vet this man at all, the fact that he even wanted to run is crazy, because like the way they try to even sell this guy, he's a veteran, he's an oyster farmer, he's whatever. It's like, yeah, he's that stuff, but like he bought an oyster farm company with his family's money. He comes from a wealthy family. Like he's not, they make him sound like he's Clint from Jaws. So out there on just a rinkety ass boat with oysters. Like, no. He owns a company. Like the dude is loaded. If you're this guy and you had even half of this shit in his past, forget about the grape thing. What's up?
Make an announcement. Echo, make an announcement.
Check. Wait, what do you...
Truman, if you're using the water, stop using water. Whoever's using water in the house, the water heater's turned off and the water's broken. Stop using water, please.
Oh, I thought you were telling me that I was echoing.
Oh no, we didn't name our Alexa because our dog is named Alex, so our Alexa is named the reverberated noise.
I never say the N-word, so I named my Alexa that. You know what I mean? Like it's just since I never use it. You know, like that's. Because I would never use that word. So that's why I changed it to that.
ABBA Champions requests to join as co-host. I don't know who you are. That's the weird thing about TikTok.
Yeah, no
is someone's just jumping up asking to be a co-host. I'm sorry, but we're done anyway. That was the last story, was West Virginia. So I have been Nathan Timmel. Did you want to see that? What was the floor director that passed?
That was Amy. Here's the thing. That was... I've got interns chained to the radiator in the basement, R. Kelly style, and every now and then the foreman gets drunk and lets him go. And I'm like, "What are you doing? They're getting out, you know."
Well, Jake, I completely forgot this. I've known it for 2 weeks. We're going on vacation Wednesday. We're coming back Sunday, but we won't be back till Sunday late. We'll be getting up in the morning. So next Sunday, I'm gonna have everyone watching. I'm gonna have to talk to Jake about what time. I won't get back till afternoon. Look at your schedule. Maybe we could do it Sunday night or Monday morning. But yeah, I won't be around Sunday morning this week. Yeah, we'll be driving back from vacation.
Either should work.
All right. So I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. Yeah, shirts, T-shirts, hats, whatever. There's a store there. Books on Amazon special, which, I lost my first dispute. They said, no. This is your stand-up comedy, but we own the copyright to it, so I've escalated it to an appeal.
You lost it? Oh, shit.
I lost one. I won 9 in a row, and then they said, oh, sure, you won these 9, but that's you telling jokes and you on stage and you wrote it, but we're still going to hold the copy. So I've escalated it to an appeal and pointed out I have a literal copyright from the U.S. government for this material. So everyone, if you do anything artistic, Paul, protect your work. Get a copyright. Jake has been Jake Vevera, Vevera. You can find him at Jake Vevera on all social media. His special, Unalived by Dog Pills, is available on YouTube. And Yeah, and there you go. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Release Nathan's copyrighted material, or I'll light my junk on fire and use it to burn your garages down.
That's a good one. I like that.